Hello students. So today in organizing we'll do the last topic in organizing chapter, that is delegation of authority. Now we'll understand what delegation is. See, a manager has to do a lot of work and he cannot alone perform all the work. So what he does, he divides the work among his subordinates, and then he asks the subordinate to do the particular work which he is giving to him. So with this, and the subordinates are responsible for completion of that particular work. But with this sharing of work, some authority the superior or the manager also gives to his subordinate. Okay, so this is what sharing of work by the superior to his subordinate is known as delegation. So when we write, it's a process of entrusting responsibility and authority to the subordinates. That means the manager, he is sharing the responsibility of doing the work. He is sharing some work, his work with the subordinate. So he is giving responsibility and authority to the subordinates and creating accountability on those employees. That means the work done, the responsibility of the work done is on the subordinate now. The superior is sharing his work. He is giving some authority also to the subordinates for completion of the job. So this is what delegation is. Now why delegation is important? First is effective management. Delegation is important. It helps in effective management because what the manager is doing, the superior or the manager is sharing the routine work with the subordinate. Okay, and then he is focusing on the other issues, the important issues. So it helps in effective management because main job of the manager is to get the work done effectively, and by delegating his work, he is getting those work done effectively and efficiently by the subordinates. Second is employee development. Now since the manager is he is sharing or he is giving the routine work to be done by the subordinates, he is sharing the routine work with the subordinates, then he can concentrate on the important issues, and this will lead to employee development, and he can utilize his talent in other works, and this way the manager can make better utilization of his time, experience and skill. Now it motivates the employee, motivation of employees. Since the subordinates are getting the work of the superior, so this leads to motivation. They get motivated because they are doing the work of their superior. So this leads to motivation. Then facilitates organizational growth. Okay, now how it facilitates organizational growth? The manager, after passing his authority, he is actually sharing or passing on his authority and responsibility to the subordinate according to his qualification and capability. So this will lead to specialization. If a subordinate is very well qualified, having experience and skill, then the manager will share that work which he is capable of doing. This will lead to what? This will lead to specialization, and it will help in organizational growth. Now basis of management hierarchy, this superior subordinate relationship is based on division of work actually. Now it establishes division of work and delegation establishes the superior subordinate relationship, and this is the basis of superior subordinate relationship and management hierarchy. Both are related. Now it helps in better coordination. Why better coordination? Because if responsibility and accountability are very effectively divided among the employees, there will be better coordination in an organization and reduces the workload of the manager. This I have already discussed. So these are the importance of delegation. Now there are three elements of delegation. When we talk about elements, authority, responsibility and accountability, these are the three elements of delegation. Now authority means right to take decisions, right to take decisions, give orders and instructions, or to command. Okay, authority is the right of a superior to give orders and instruction to command his subordinates. Now authority flows Okay, flow I'll tell you later on. Now what is responsibility? Together all three flows I'll tell you. What is responsibility? Responsibility is the duty of an individual to complete the assigned job. Okay, it means the duty to complete the or obligation to complete the job assigned. Okay, so responsibility is the obligation of the subordinate to complete the job assigned. Then we have accountability. Accountability is the answerability for the final outcome. Okay, or you can say the result. Now this is the answerability for the final outcome of the delegated work. Okay, now authority flows downward. As far as flow is concerned, authority flows downwards from superior to subordinate. Responsibility flows upward and accountability also flows upward. So this is the flow of these things. Again, authority is the right to give orders and instruction, to command. So this authority flows downward from superior to subordinate. Responsibility is the obligation of an individual to complete the job. So it flows upward. And accountability is the answerability of the final outcome. Now last topic is centralization and decentralization. I hope you all remember this. We have already done in chapter 2, principles of management. This is one of the principles given by Henry Fayol, centralization and decentralization. So the next topic is centralization and decentralization. First of all, the meaning of centralization. So centralization is concentration of power in few hands. Concentration of authority or decision making power in few hands in an organization is known as centralization. When all the decisions are taken by the top management, for each and every minor decisions also, the employees, the departmental heads, they have to refer to the top management, and all the decisions will be taken by few people sitting at the top. That is known as centralization. Decentralization is when power is given, when authority is given to all the levels of management. That is, there are 3 levels of management: top, middle and lower level management. So when all the levels of management, the managers at all the levels of management, they have the power to take decision related to their own departments, related to their own operation, that is known as decentralization. So we can write decentralization as systematic distribution of power at all the levels of management. Means what? At every level of management, some power is given so that the decision related to the day-to-day working of the business, the minor issues, they can be taken by the manager by their own. They don't have to look at the top management for all the decisions. So this is decentralization. But centralization is the concentration or the power only in few hands. Okay. So there are certain importance of decentralization which is similar. You will find similarity in between the importance of delegation and importance of decentralization. Like quick decision making is here because all the managers can take decision related to their departments by their own. So decision making is quick. Then it helps in developing managerial talent. Like in the delegation also, the managers, they grow, they develop because they are getting the work, they are sharing the work, so they can concentrate on important issues. Same here, since the power is given at all the levels of management, so this leads to managerial development. Then it gives relief to top level management because they can concentrate on important issues, and the departmental issues, the operational issues are taken care of by middle and lower level management. Then it develops initiative among the employees. Okay, because they are responsible for their own departments, so they initiate, their accountability also is there. So they initiate new things and they come up with creative ideas and all. Then better control is there because you can fix the responsibility. If something happens, something negative happens, something happens which is adversely affecting the company, then you can fix the responsibility. Then it promotes initiative, creativity, because people are taking decisions related to their own department. Okay, they are having freedom for taking decisions, and it helps in improved teamwork also. So these are the benefits of decentralization. With this, we complete our organizing chapter.